Hey, it's your Cosmic Bestie Tristan, and I felt called to record a message today. And as I was getting the space set up, what I heard at first was because I make myself open to unconditionally loving energies to deliver a message for the highest good of all. Um, my intention with my messages are to promote harmony, peace, unconditional love, and balance on the earth. So that's always my connection and intention. But what I heard was as I was asking the angels and just unconditional love, I was like, what do you want me to know for this message? And the first thing I heard was just say yes. And I feel like it is I feel like it's like just say yes to your truth. Like just say yes to your desires. Like say yes to fun and love and joy in your life. Sorry for the siren in the back. This happens all the time. It'll be dead silent and then there's some noise. But maybe even that is probably a message for all of us. So as I reached over for my first deck, the first card I pull is Spell for Awakening. So I think many of us know that there is a major awakening happening at this time. I have been decidedly not connected to a lot of channeled information and a lot of what people have been saying. But I have been feeling, even my last message, right? There's this energy from the sun that is coming in, and I think this is a whole new level to awakening. But I love the first card that is in the deck, and it is Spell for Balance. And I feel like there is this harmony being reached. Ooh, and the next card is Spell for Trust. Yeah, there is this inner harmony, and I think it's being prioritized. And it feels like there is, I'm hearing like a reharmonizing. Oh gosh, look at all of these. Okay, this is a great message. I'm really excited for this message. Wow. Okay. So what I'm feeling is feeling like this is a time where with this awakening, everyone, those who are awakening, and everyone and everything is, are coming back into harmony with like a deeper part of themselves, and may even feel like a part of you that you've been away from for some time, and it feels like there is this rebalancing coming through. There's this, yeah, it just feels very harmonizing. The next card is Spell for Unbinding, and I think this harmony and this trust, this inner trust, this self-trust is coming through due to a conscious decision to release energies that are really not serving you. Even if I'm hearing even if some things maybe seemed like they weren't a big deal in relationships or whatever it may have been, it feels like you were feeling the deeper energy pattern of something, and you are unbinding yourself from stronger. What I'm hearing is you're unbinding yourself from a energetic pattern that has had a stronghold over humanity for quite some time. And I think that as we are consciously choosing to be the balance between light and dark, to be the balance of all the colors coming into one, to be this balance of, even this card, there's rain and then just kind of like sun and shine. You can see there's this, I think there's a deeper willingness and maybe even a raising of awareness where we are able to, it feels like accept your truth and accept the truths of others. And that even came in the last message, so I don't want to repeat it. So we'll see where Spirit takes me on this one. The next card is Bonfire and Gather. I think there's a great gathering of like minds. Soul tribes are coming together. I know for a fact this is happening because it's happening in my life, and it's been like the most magical, mystical, chance encounters. And I think that this is everything really coming together because there has been this releasing of, I'm hearing a releasing of the false self, of a you that was never you. And as everyone is doing that, we're all coming into community in a deeper way. We're all gathering, we're all maybe even celebrating. And this does feel, there's a lot of fated events. Fate's an interesting word because I feel like fate could be, fate makes me think of the Justice card in tarot, where fate or justice, what's fair, what's next, what is just right and proper and fair, is based off of the choices that we have made in the past. Is based off of the actions that we have chosen in the past, and that is what our fate is. We determine our fate. through conscious or unconscious choice. My necklace is a little too long. More sun energy here in my next deck. I shuffled everything ahead of time, so I don't have to like shuffle on the camera. I don't know why, it just grinds my gears. Not a saying that I say ever. But let's do some tarot, see what comes in. Okay. This is so exciting. So first up, Ten of Swords. Can you see if I stop moving it around? Ten of Swords. I think there's a finality to ways of thinking. I think there's an ending to a lot of things. We cut the deck on the Ten of Wands. There's a completion. And it feels like there is a seeing through, seeing through the veil. There's like a seeing through the illusion. There's a deeper understanding from, it's like knowing that you had to end something because that was going to bring about balance. And like, it's even like the High Priestess feels like you were able to trust like another version of you that was guiding you. Kind of like your higher mind, potentially. Like there's this connection beyond the veil here. Page of Wands. And so I do feel, it does feel like there is a new creative impulse. Like it feels like you're tapping into your like life force energy in a new way because there's been this unbinding. There's been this rebalancing of the authentic you. And as that happens, as you begin to bring things to completion, as you bring thought patterns to an end, as you even collectively, as we are seeing that there's a lot of like energetic patterns that have had a stronghold over humanity, as humanity is bringing them to an end, there's a whole like new life force here. There's a whole new impulse for creativity, for creation. Whoa, this card fell out. We have Page of Cups. We are getting almost the whole suit here. The only thing left is Pentacles. Page of Cups. So this is, again, very childlike. The inner child is definitely coming through. And the inner child, I feel like, is ultimately just our soul. I forgot where I heard that. I heard that from someone, and I was like, that feels right. But it feels like there's also this new, like, I'm hearing psychic. It feels like you're probably realizing you have some psychic abilities or you have a psychic connection to people. You're able to pick up on information. You're able to read energy in a new way. It feels like there's just like, there's this, with this new life force with the wands, right? Wands are life force energy, their creation, their, that impulse to get up and go and stride ahead. And cups are very like, cups can be passive and they're watery and they're psychic and they kind of take their time and they're deep in the emotions. But it feels like with the Page of Wands and the Page of Cups, we have fire and water. So there's like this strong move, like with the Ten of Wands. So there's been, I think, an ending of a way of thinking. There's an ending of something that just like felt inevitable and had to come to an end for you. Or I feel like even perhaps as a result of you seeing through something. The High Priestess here, like there was like something that you saw through. Don't know what. And oh gosh, I hope you can't hear that noise that just started. It was so quiet. And it feels like there's a new way of like how you relate to your emotions, and I think how you allow your emotions to influence what you are creating. Whoa. Two of Swords. It's interesting because I feel like that can go a number of ways. So I'm going to pull another card and see where it takes me. Why Two of Swords next? Nine of Wands. So I feel like, okay, yeah. I think there was a wounding. I think there was some sort of past hurt or past negative expectation that maybe you weren't willing to face. And it feels like there's maybe been some bravery, like with the Page of Wands and the Page of Cups, some emotional and like, I don't know, like some emotional and creative, like courage to like resolve a wound. I'm hearing ancestral. It can even have been like an ancestral wound. I think this has created a lot of clarity. 8 of Wands. Okay, what else do we need to know, Spirit? Thank you. Whoa. Yeah, so this is definitely, I think, a message about, this feels like, I just heard the word check-in. Maybe this feels like a little check-in for someone where they're like, maybe you've let something go most recently, a way of thinking, a way of doing. Even I'm hearing like something that you held as true has shifted. And I think there's been a surrender to a higher perspective. I think there's been a surrender because the Hangman comes after Justice, which was the first card that I just kind of felt wanted to talk about. And the Hanged Man comes after Justice because it's like, okay, I've done all I can do. I'm just going to surrender and accept what it is that I have created for myself. And we have the Page of Coins. Oh my gosh. We have all pages here. This is fresh, new energy. 1111 on my timer. Oh my gosh. All those ones. This is fresh, new energy. This is creation. This is a whole new foundation. This is a whole... It's like you're brand new. 2 of Cups at the bottom of the deck. So this is definitely like related to you and I think your relationship with yourself, which will also naturally be reflected in your relationship with others. But I think this is like a whole new foundation. I just heard I'm a brand new bitch. So maybe you're feeling that. Maybe you're feeling like you are brand new. You know, maybe you are feeling like you have been rebirthed. Maybe you're feeling like you've been in, maybe you're realizing the transformation process that you've been in, how you've been held in grace, how your consciousness has been shifting, how you've been rising to your higher calling, and you're starting, and the pages are like, okay, it's page, I just got this image in my mind's eye of a little plant. You've planted the seed and now it's sprouting. Pages are like, okay, I'm breaking through the soil. I'm ready for a whole new way of, and look at the Page of Wands, how she's like holding her wand and she's like, let's go. Like there is like this charge ahead, and there's like maybe even a call to recognize, maybe even to see what it is that you have created, see what it is that you have done, and don't allow past hurts or wounds to convince you otherwise. And even I'm hearing the 9 of Wands also kind of feels like projections here, because it's almost like, it's very interesting, this card. He's like fighting off something, but he's like climbed up, what is these 7 wands, and then he's using 2 wands to defend himself, to fight back. And I'm wondering if there's even been, if there's even been like some projection. Again, this could even be on a larger scale, like there's been this collective shift away from wounding, and this collective shift away from negative expectations and limited perception. Yeah. And there's now this like new, everything feels new. With the 4 wands. Oh my God. We have the 4 wands. I'm in a very interesting mood. 4 wands. Yeah, it feels like there's something that is really coming into deep alignment. And I even like this here, right? Because look, you can see, do you see those people there? And then all this creative light impulse is coming in. And it looks like it would form a pyramid. Is it a pyramid or a tetrahedron? That would be 1, 2, 3, 4, a pyramid. I hope. Pyramid or tetrahedron? I think pyramid. But again, like the element of fire, I think is really significant. I think there's a whole new way of, I'm really close to the camera. I'm very silly all of a sudden. A whole new way. And I feel like I've always said this, but it's true. Like the energies that are coming in have never been in this way before. So what we're doing, I'm here in uncharted territory. Like there's just all this new light and life force that we are reclaiming. I want to clarify the 10 of Swords. Probably, I don't know, it's just what I feel. That was the first tarot card we pulled. Oh, look at that. Yeah, there is an ending. The Hermit here. It feels like there's an ending of solitude, of isolation. I'm hearing because you heard the call. Ooh, oh my God, and the High Priestess. There's an ending to your isolation. And we even had bonfire and gather. And we remember we said there's a coming together. You're coming into union with yourself. So you're coming into union with others because you shifted in yourself. And again, that unbinding. And it feels like you were in this period, all of us, every like, I feel like if you are tapped into this message and you're here at 15 minutes in, you know that a lot of us have been in severe, sometimes it felt that way, severe isolation. We have been incredibly like kept to ourselves. And I know for me, and I do feel that this is probably true for others in their own unique way, that it was so that we can hear our own voice clearly, because the High Priestess comes right after this. That feels like a confirmation. Like this isolation was to hear yourself clearly. The isolation was to know yourself. The isolation was to hear your guides, to hear your angels, to hear whoever you call on. You were able to deepen that connection. Spell for trust. You were able to deepen your trust because it was just you and the divine for quite some time. And it feels like that is now like, it feels like that has served you. Like you've gotten all that you needed from it. So now there's going to be this gathering of people who have gone through this similar trajectory. 4 of Coins at the bottom of the deck. I think this was also a time for you to realize, to detach. To realize what you were holding on to as a sense of security, but it was illusory. So it feels like, and I think the coins is significant here. I think it's like if you bind, if you had your life force bound to money, I feel like Spirit was like, we had to have you realize that that is not your true life force. It's something that you can manifest. It's something that you can use. It's something that the collective still needs and want, you know what I mean? But like your life force, this is like, that like money doesn't give life force to your ka body. You know what I mean? Like money doesn't help your like third eye chakra spin in a proper motion. You can get tools that can help you, but ultimately you can't buy clarity. You can't buy balance. You have to work your way through the unbinding to bring yourself into balance. You have to work your way through what you have wound yourself into, right? You can see this kind of weaving here. You put yourself into a certain predicament. And this is just not like victim blaming. This is on like a level of like sovereignty consciousness, of understanding that we create our reality. And it's like there had to be this releasing, there had to be this realization that, yeah, money is great. Yeah, you can use money as a tool for wonderful, excellent things. But money does not give you life force. I don't know who needed to hear that, but okay. And the Empress is next to Claire. The Empress is next as a confirmation where she's like, what are you talking about? Coins. I'm with the water. I'm with the sun. I'm with the earth. That's my life force. That's how I rule. That's how I, 6 of Wands, that's my victory. My connection to nature, my connection to earth with the Queen of Wands. You can't make this stuff up, right? The Queen of Wands is a true appreciation of the Queen of Coins. Oh my God! This is some divine feminine energy, and you can be a man, you can be a woman, you can be none of those things. We all have a divine feminine and divine masculine combo energy of we all do. But it feels like the queens are here, especially coins, I love coins with wands, because again, this is that message of, it's an appreciation of your life force energy for itself without the illusion. You can't take money with you when you go, but you know what you can take with you when you go? Your spiritual wisdom, your spiritual prosperity, your consciousness. That's your life force. That's what you take with you. And coins are just a great way, a great tool to navigate this earthly realm. But yeah, this is just, I feel like this has been a fostering of an appreciation of your life force. I'm hearing Kundalini, the Shakti, whatever, like all of that. You know what I mean? I'm kind of just throwing things out there because I feel like everyone's kind of, you know, we all have a different understanding. But even, I kind of want to share this with you. So I like this necklace and I like this shape. Because to me, this is like a yoni, and I like the red here, where there's like, I feel like with birth, there's this water, there's these primordial waters, and there is also blood, which is like our form of water within our body. And I don't know, but I just want, something told me to share this with you, because this to me feels like that portal energy, that divine feminine energy. Again, we have the shape here, again, the Vesica Pisces. It's a shape that I am not so low-key obsessed with. If anyone who knows me IRL, I'm like all of my jewelry, and like if I grab it, like a lot of my some of my crystals, I'll like gravitate towards them that have that yoni, that portal energy, that going into the void and then being birthed from the void. So maybe you're being birthed from the void, because I know we've been in a time of ending cycles, things are shifting. But now with the pages here, Page of Wands, Page of Cups, Page of Coins, maybe this is now that birth. Maybe you're entering the birthing portal. And maybe what we were feeling, that constriction, was like that, those contractions. Eight of Coins here. There's something you've been putting a lot of effort into, like with the actions that you've been taking. And I think there's been this effort to free yourself. Three of Cups here. Yay. It's time to celebrate. And again, Three of Cups is also, I think there's a lot of community coming together. I think there are a lot of chance encounters. I think this is that time. Oh, the Six of Cups. Yeah. Oops. I just dropped that card. Where'd it go? Six of Cups. So I feel like you can even see here, there's these cuties and they're just sharing their little cup. And they're just so sweet, and they're just connecting, and it feels like these connections that are coming in are touching on your heart and are activating something in you. And maybe you even just meet someone for a day, and maybe you just talk for a week, and like they activate something in you. They remind you of your power. They remind you of your glory. And I feel like that's why the Devil came out afterwards. It's like, don't become attached in the way that you used to relationships. Don't like overgive the way that you used to in relationships. Like, remember the Devil's like, pay attention to me. Remember your sovereignty, and remember that trust, right? I feel like this has been a really long trust fall for someone. This has just been like, okay, I'm gonna just fall and the universe is gonna catch me, and it's like, oh, I'm still falling. It's been like 5, 6, 7, 8 months of me falling, and it's like maybe the page is like, okay, we got you. So now as you're like caught by the universe, now you can like spring forward all this life. But back to relationships and friendships, and even potentially romantic. I don't really do romantic readings just because it's so unique. So I feel like for me it can be, yeah, I'll leave it at that. But this could be romantic as well. But I think there's just a lot of connection coming in right now, because you have connected with yourself and you've connected with the divine within you in a different way. And it feels like as you lead with your divinity, you're going to just meet other people of that same purity who are like, we're just leaning in our divinity. And I'm just here to, like, it feels like you meet people and they're like, I'm just here to spread love, and I'm just here to be present, and I'm just here like to appreciate you. Yeah, it feels like, but the Devil here is catching my attention again. It feels like allow yourself to be appreciated, but don't let it become, don't outsource your sense of self and your appreciation for self to something or someone else. Maybe there was a habit of that. All these cards just fell. I don't know if I'm feeling this deck. I'll pull one more. It will actually be one more. Unless it's really good cards, then it might be like 3 more. But I feel like I'm always like, one more! It's like SpongeBob, 20 minutes later. It's like 500 cards. Okay. Well, that's too many cards that came out there. So let's see. I'm just gonna, okay. I feel it's so silly. I was like, no, I didn't glitch. I just had a reaction to this gorgeous card. Whale teaching. We have some sacred geometry in the back. Gorgeous whale there. I just look at that. Isn't that pretty? The card, not me. I'm really silly today. Whale teaching. This says depth of experience and healing. Does that not just, I feel like that's what you've been doing. That's that trustful, that's that void space. You were like, I'm gonna go in and I'm going to bring significant healing to myself. That's that unbinding, that's that balance. Because what is balance if it's not healing? What is trust if it's not healing of the heart and the opening of the heart and the sharing of your inner flame with others, which we had in the beginning. And it says teacher and mentor. So again, lots of relationships. Some of them may be friendships, some of them may be romantic. I think they're going to be maybe even teacher and mentor. People are going to ask you what it is that you've done. There are going to be others who are starting to awaken as you've been on your journey. You're going to be sharing your wisdom with them. You're going to be teaching them. You're going to also notice new information come to you as you're teaching, because you're signifying to the divine that you are an open space for them being angels, God, whatever you want to call these unconditional love energies, to give you more wisdom, to give you more like information that you need to know and that you need to share. And share wisdom is the last bit on that card there. Ooh, this is a long reading, but it's so good. Oh my God, I hope everyone that will benefit from this reading sees it, because the energies are just phenomenal. You're doing a phenomenal job. You are coming into union with yourself. It's like you've been into the depths of the high priestess, right? You've traveled beyond the veil. You've gone deep into who you are. You've discovered who you are, and now the real true you is emerging. I think there's going to be a lot of things popping up, a lot of things coming forward. You might also feel really silly, so that's probably why I was feeling really silly. You're going to feel really joyous. You're going to just meet people and just be your authentic self immediately, versus that kind of cowering, or maybe even like a fawning, like a people pleasing. Is just like, no, I'm going to be me. I'm going to be the authentic, true version of me. I have all this wisdom that I'm just like, I want to share with people, and like also receive their wisdom. Like it feels like there is this desire not to just give, but to also receive, and to have that like healthy balance in a relationship. And I do feel like there is this like portal, like it's almost like, not like you've mastered the void, but it's like you feel comfortable in the void. You're like, oh, just going through a transition. It might be a little messy, but that's okay. There might be a little, it's like birth. There's water and there's blood and there's a lot happening, and it can, one could say it's messy, one could say it's pain. Well, I think many would say it's probably painful, but I think that is what it means to be rebirthed, and to like, yeah, okay. I'll leave it there. Thank you for watching this. Thank you for all the beautiful work that you're doing. Enjoy your friendships, enjoy your new relationships. Please continue to share your wisdom with everyone. Okay, bye.